All right, here's another distance rate time one. So again, my formula is distance is equal to rate times time. So it says John and William leave their home traveling in opposite directions. So here they are starting at home. And William is going this way, let's say, and John is going this way. And it says they're on a straight road. John drives 20 miles per hour faster than William. And after 4 hours, they're 250 miles apart. So I know that after 4 hours, this distance right here, which is, again, total distance, is 250 miles apart. So I'm going to set a table again with John and William. And I have rate, time, and distance. Alright, now time, I do know. After 4 hours, they were 250 miles apart. So I know that the time is 4 hours. And it says, find the rate that each one is traveling at. Well, that means I don't know the rate. That means a variable has to be in this column. And if I read this sentence again, it says, John drives 20 miles per hour faster than William. This guy right here is my X. The minute they say than someone, that becomes X. So William is X. Now, if John drives 20 miles per hour faster than William, let's say I'm driving 50 miles per hour, but John's driving 20 miles faster than that, I would add 20 to that. So this guy's going to be X plus 20. Now when I set up my equation, again, distance is rate times time. I take these two and I multiply them, but I'm not actually going to multiply them. I'm going to write it as rate times time. I'm going to write it as rate times time. Okay, so again, if they're going in opposite directions, this is a total distance that I'm talking about here. This guy is my total distance. And in order to find my total distance, I'd have to add John's distance and Will's distance. That would give me my total distance. Now, distance is this guy right here. Again, it's in terms of X because I don't know what my rate is. It's what I'm trying to find. That's the whole purpose of having something called X so that I can use some algebra to solve it. So John is 4 times X plus 20. That's his time times his rate. Will is 4 times X because that's his rate times his time. And I know that the total is 250 miles. So I did distance plus distance equals 250. If I solve this, what I get is 21.25. And what it's talking about is it's talking about rate of miles per hour. So I know that Willie is traveling at 21.25 miles per hour. And I know that John, who's going 20 miles per hour faster than him, if I add 20 to that, that's 41.25 miles per hour. So in this case, I was just finding the rate instead of finding the time that they were traveling at. Okay, that might seem a little slow, but you don't know what they're traveling at. They could be in the car. I hope they're not walking, because if John is walking 40 miles per hour, he's like Superman or something. But again, I use the same setup. This chart you're always going to get on your test. It's going to be labeled for you, okay? And then, you know, the visual is just to help you see they're going in opposite directions. I'm looking for a total. But what, again, you need to understand is that when you're doing this, this is my time times my rate. This is my time times my rate. And your time times your rate is your distance. Time times your rate is your distance. Time times your rate is your distance. Adding the distance that John traveled, adding the distance that Will traveled gives me my total distance traveled.